Now, thousands of young people thronged to the Accra International Conference Center yesterday to seek jobs. The conference center was the venue for the maiden edition of the Job and Career Fair organized by the Youth Employment Agency. The Job Fair is a platform that seeks to connect job seekers to employment avenues. We'll get into that shortly, but first, my colleague Justice Baidu caught up with some of the job seekers who attended the fair hoping to get their dream jobs. They share their stories and expectations.
The road in front of the conference center is busier than usual today, largely because of the number of young people using it. They are here to attend the job fair organized by the Youth Employment Authority, YEA.
They are all hoping to get a job because thousands of people are out here searching for a job. So we are all hoping for the best. At the end of the day, we hope everybody will get wherever he or she belongs to. So many years now, if I'm not lying, about 6 years now, I'm in the house. You know, it's not easy, but you are still managing. But as for today, we are all hoping for the best.
Harry Yao Adombo lost his job when the COVID-19 pandemic struck. A job, he says, was already underpaying him.
Look for a job. That's why I'm here. I now have a family of about 4 kids. Everybody depends on me, so you should know what really I'm going through. So it's only God, because the 1,000 is my take home from the school. As I said, I do other things, paying about 150 cedis for rent. My brother, the fact of the matter is that I've been trying to move out of this country, not today. It's rather unfortunate that if you go through my passport right now and see the kind of visas I have in my passport, you will be surprised. That has been my option all this while, because I've seen some sort of unfairness in the system.
What we are supposed to do is to make sure that the youth of Ghana have jobs, and that is exactly what we are doing. We have seen thousands of people come in so far.
Now, like many of the young people here today, he's hoping to get one that pays better. The job fair will be running for the next 2 days, and the YEA is hoping to fill 3,000 job slots which they say are available. But with the huge numbers that have trooped in here, it promises to be a big struggle to see those who will be lucky. Justice Baidu, Joy News, Accra.
Well, on the back of that, the unemployment rate in Ghana has pegged at 4.53%. The Joy Research Desk breaks it down further, and we'll be taking a look at those graphics to give you those details. Now, the unemployment rate in Ghana, if you check out those details between 2012 and 2020, you would see that in 2012 it stood at some 6%. That was just under 6%, I should say, at 5.93%. In 2013, 6.26%. So you would notice an upward trajectory from 2012. In 2014, we have same at 6.52%. And then in 2015, hitting a peak of 6.81%. Now, from then onwards, it starts dwindling, falling. And in 2016, it comes down to 5.45%. Then there's 2017 with 4.22%. Then in 2018, a marginal decline in going to 4.16%. In 2019, 4.12%. And then in 2020, there's a little bit of a shoot up again, where it inches upwards to 4.53%. You should also note, like you're seeing on your televisions, that according to a World Bank report in 2020, Ghana is faced with a 12% youth unemployment rate when it comes to the portion of Ghana's workforce that is underemployed. And by the way, underemployment refers to the fact that the skill sets are not being used where they ought to be used. You have a 50% gap in there. And then you also have this bit here where both youth employment and underemployment are higher than the overall unemployment rates in the sub-Saharan African region. And that is part of the detail we bring you. Now, looking at youth linked to employment opportunities through government interventions. In 2015, 357,779 of them. In 2016, 91,696. No data available for the year 2017. But in 2018, 107,576, with 455,040 in 2019. The 2020 figure, 80,538. And the 2023 projection, 130,000. Will we get there? That's the question. Now, the Director of Business Support and Policy at the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, Office of the President, Franklin Owusu-Kakari, says there are jobs in the system, but what is lacking is the skills gap, where job seekers lack the needed skills to thrive in the job market.
One of the serious challenges hampering organizations, and our duty as NEIP is to groom entrepreneurs, is to groom people to become job givers, employers like yourself who are seated here this morning. And as we work with them, the key challenge they face, for me, number one, is not money. Number one is human capital, human resource. And a number of companies are struggling to get the right people in place. And that's why I keep saying that it is not that jobs are not in Ghana. Jobs there, but boys and girls no day. So this week, between today and tomorrow, our duty here is going to help these young people to appreciate what these enterprises and SMEs are doing and the challenges they face to getting the right people in place, for them to have a good mindset to take whoever's job they are on as their own businesses. And that is how you can be able to create your own. And that's what we are going to share with the young people to prepare them to be fit for your work and the kind of thing that they want to do. And we believe that through this, I will live here having people who are entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs as well.
Now, speaking at that same event, the Deputy Minister for Employment and Labour Relations, Bright Reku-Brobe, said government was not paying lip service to the unemployment situation.
Indeed, successive governments have all ridden on the back of youth unemployment in their quest to get power. The youth are always made to believe that their job problems will be solved when they vote us into power. But many a times, their hopes keep dying out, and the consequences for the ruling government is obvious. Conscious of this, we will all the time ensure that we work with employers to ensure that we give jobs to our youth. You will recall that under President Kufuor's regime was when this initiative, at the time, it was called the National Youth Employment Program. That was when the idea was mooted. And it was because we were faced with a very high unemployment situation, which we had to do something about immediately. Along the value chain, the NYEP became JIDA, and in 2015, thank God, we had an act that ushered in the YE. Since this government came into power, we've given a facelift to YE. YE has developed the job center, which we've been talking about. They've also developed the artisanal directory, the work abroad program, and negotiated a number of regional flagship programs in addition to the traditional youth employment models. At a time when businesses are recovering from the economic impact of COVID-19 and are looking to revamp their operations, it is important to ensure that employers are able to find the job seekers with the right mix of skills and attitudes to support in the revamping of the industry. This job fair, which is the first of many more to come, is therefore a job matching platform envisioned to facilitate efforts by employers and job seekers to find each other.
Now, the Deputy CEO in charge of Finance and Operations at the YEA, Lydia Atiemo, said the job fair is designed to address these concerns.
The unemployment situation in Ghana and in Africa is one that is, entrenching, and it's getting deeper and deeper. And the sooner that all stakeholders come onto the table for us to find an effective and sustainable solution, the better for our continent as a whole. To the employers here, I would like to keep it very simple. We would love to see the energy that you would bring into the room. The future that we have out there, our youths, are also indirectly all of us, our clients. And therefore, we're looking forward to you having a warm reception with them, sharing your various corporate cultures and what you do, and how they can be part of your cultures at your various institutions, what they can do, their credentials, character, that they need to be able to apply when the opportunity presents itself. Your relationship between us, and when I say us, government, is to definitely, right now that we have this job center in place, to hopefully be able to take it to the next level, where we find ourselves on the table, the private sector, government, education, talking about how we can look at the involvement of the workplace, looking at possibly subsidy taxations to ensure that with the increase in population, how can we get your various organizations to recruit more of the youth? Because no matter how many recruitment process you have, we can all be on the table to see how we can get more of them with you. To the youth, I'd like to say that we are deeply impressed. I believe the employers here also are. Some coming as early as 5:30 a.m. in the morning. So I wish you also the very best in your job search and in your career.